I started this channel back in 2016, roughly early 2016, and some of my very first videos that were made were me complaining about Paper Mario Color Splash and the direction that the Paper Mario series was going in. Now, the fact that my channel was created around the time Paper Mario Color Splash was shown off was a complete coincidence. That wasn't planned or anything. But those were some of my earliest videos, and honestly some of my earliest videos that got okay views for a brand new channel. My first one, Why Paper Mario Color Splash is Probably Gonna Suck, is at 7,500 views. It kind of plateaued and never really gained anything in the past couple years. And Paper Mario Color Splash Angry Rant is at 12,000. Again, these are like my first and third real videos on this channel. So, needless to say, Paper Mario kind of plays an important role in this channel's history. Those are the videos that started getting me views and subscribers, and you know, I figured it'd be right to talk about it at this point in the game. So, here we are, 3 years later, actually over 3 years, 3.5 years since I made my channel and uploaded these videos, and roughly 3 years or so since Paper Mario Color Splash came out. Honestly, I'm not scripting this and I can't really remember when it came out. That just shows how much I don't care about the game. I never bought it, I never played it, I didn't even buy it used. Frankly, it's just a waste of my time. I actually had an okay amount of fun with Sticker Star, but that was a handheld game, a 3DS game that I played, you know, in study halls in high school in my senior year. So I didn't really need that to be some sort of super thorough, amazing Paper Mario game. But when I saw Color Splash get announced, I was mad. Go back and watch those videos and you'll see exactly what I mean. I was very angry about the direction that the series is going in. And this whole situation also introduced me to channels like Super Mario T, and also kind of blew up Arlo's channel, who's basically his video about Paper Mario Color Splash, the problem with Paper Mario, is what kind of launched his channel. So anyways, why am I talking about this now? Why 3.5 years later after Paper Mario Color Splash was announced and after I made that video am I talking about this? Well, for one major important reason. Nintendo has not announced a new Paper Mario game since Color Splash came out, and frankly, considering how poorly Color Splash was reviewed and sold, I wouldn't be surprised if they just canned the series entirely. I mean, Nintendo's the type of company that rather than actually looking at fan feedback, if they see backlash and, you know, poor sales on a game, they'll just not make one ever again, or they'll do it after a very long time. Look what happened with Star Fox after the GameCube games. So Nintendo hasn't released anything. And if there's one thing you've kind of noticed in this generation is that a lot of indie developers are taking over and doing what the actual main developers aren't doing. We've seen that a couple times this generation. The biggest notable one was Rare wasn't making a proper Banjo-Kazooie game, so indie developers came along and made Yooka-Laylee. And while that wasn't a perfect game by any means, it still definitely satisfied that craving that many people had for that classic collectathon-style 3D platformer, and I personally think it's a great game. And I guess it just kind of... Oh yeah, another example of that is SimCity. Cities Skylines was released basically in response to SimCity not getting a proper good game for years and years, and then when it finally gets one in 2013, it's a complete disaster. So it was only a matter of time until an indie developer came along and made essentially a proper Paper Mario the Thousand-Year Door spiritual successor, because Nintendo and Intelligent Systems were not showing any signs that they were ever actually going to do that. Enter Bug Fables, the Everlasting Sapling. This game is basically the game that I just talked about. It is a Paper Mario spiritual successor, obviously starring different characters that can't use Mario, but it basically just takes that place in the market that Nintendo and Intelligent Systems just didn't want to fill. I saw this game get announced, and I was fairly interested in it. Just for the principle alone, I liked the idea that it existed to begin with. It was only 20 bucks, I didn't even buy it on sale. In fact, I don't even think it's been on sale yet. And it got good it was getting good reviews on the Steam store. It said either very positive or, you know, just generally good reviews. So I decided I'd buy it and add it to my game catalog. Now, I was in the middle of my 4th playthrough of Persona 5, so I didn't kind of get to it all that quickly. So I was playing through that for a bit. I got on Hunter Call of the Wild. I was definitely enjoying that quite a bit. And I decided one day, you know what, I gotta try this game. I really have to try it. And I'm just completely floored. This game is absolutely amazing. It's, as a standalone game, it's not anything super incredibly amazing. It's generally a toned-down, easy JRPG-style game, but if you liked Paper Mario and Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door, this game is going to speak to you in a way that, you know, Super Paper Mario, Sticker Star, and Color Splash just never did. Just take a minute here to look at some of the gameplay. I'm going to play gameplay with no commentary, hear all the audio, and just see what I mean. So do you get it? I mean, it's exactly what we wanted. It has the proper battle system, it has the teamwork points, which are essentially the flower points, it has the, you know, the badge point equivalent, essentially. You got the hit points, and there's leveling up, and by collecting more equivalent points, essentially, to the star points in Paper Mario, and you can either upgrade any of those stats from that. The battle system is very similar. Obviously, you can see the art style and the way it's presented is very similar. The soundtrack is fairly similar. But at the same time, it does its own thing. The story and characters are very much written in a way that's reminiscent of Paper Mario and Intelligent Systems, but, you know, also very much its own thing. There's a lot of mechanics, as you probably saw during this footage. I did that whole freeze and ice block thing and used that to solve some puzzles. Of course, I showed you a part where they had just introduced the mechanics, so there wasn't anything super complicated. And plus, there's no, like, main character. You can choose whoever you want to lead your party. So it does some of its own things, and it's a really, really good game. And honestly, I'm making this video because it just appears to me that it's not selling in extremely high numbers. Now, a game like this was never going to sell in extremely high numbers. It just was never going to happen, but any sort of little bit of exposure I can give this game, I don't care. Even if it gets the game like 10 more sales, that's okay with me. Now, right now, it's only on PC. You can get it on Steam, and maybe you can get it on other PC storefronts. I'm not sure, but I've only seen it on Steam. And honestly, you could run this on a potato PC, in Intel integrated graphics. It's a very low-demand game, doesn't take much to run, so honestly, get it on PC right now, you'd enjoy it quite a bit. But it is coming to all the consoles, including the Nintendo Switch, sometime in 2020. So if you are a Nintendo fan who wants a new Paper Mario game in the style of the Thousand-Year Door, here's your answer.